Welcome to my table, Peaches. Have a seat and relax. I'm going to tell you all about what the harsh truth is that your guides feel like you need to know this week. You have stack 1, the fox, stack 2, the black cat, stack 3, the fish. They're timestamped below. Let's get to it. All right, stack 1, the fox. You have patience. Oh, the chariot reversed. The knight of coins reversed. 2 of coins. Interesting. Okay, so first off, let me get these right because Okay, my first thought was this could have been a short. Something is going to take some time, and they're saying the less you do, the better because force pushes it further back. But these 2 eggs in the nest with the 2 of Pentacles, they make it a little bit more interesting. There's a tension here. It's not actually a test of your patience, even though it's going to feel that way. It's actually necessary for the manifestation. It's like, do you ever bite into a really green banana? They're disgusting. So like getting what you want sooner almost makes it not what you want at all, but something you don't want, like something completely different. So it's like if you're pregnant, you'd very much like for it to be over because it sucks and being huge and front heavy is miserable, but you don't actually want it to end early because that's not healthy for the baby. And, is that kind of making sense what I'm getting at there? So if you're waiting on a person, think of them like, it's weird, but think of them like a chocolate cake that you put in the oven and you're asking spirit to manifest them sooner or how you can manifest them sooner. And they're saying, if you take that cake out of the oven now, you do not have cake. You have a gooey, horrible mess with not fully cooked eggs that could make you sick. And as hard as it is to hear, they're saying if you get what you want now, you won't be happy with it. You won't be happy with who this person is. They're not developed into the partner that you deserve or that you think they are. So they're saying you can have it now, only to have it end shortly because it does not meet expectations. Or chill until it's the right time, and then you actually have something good and long-lasting. What can you do in the meantime? Well, here's the thing. Are you fully baked? You know what I mean? No pun intended, maybe. You can spend the time getting into alignment with yourself. I mean, it does not look like passive patience to me at all. There's a watchfulness or a protection, like a tending. These are all very kind of hanged man energy, like sleep paralysis almost. Braced in place for your own safety. It's like you might have some self-sabotage patterns to unlearn before this relationship can be successful. They're saying the live performance isn't the time to learn it. You might have to release some stuff in a gestational or rehearsal period, maybe even with a partner divinely contracted for that purpose, like a karmic partner. But they're definitely saying to use the time wisely and proactively preparing yourself, not just passively waiting. So that's what I have for you, stack 1. If it helped at all, let me know by hitting that like button, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you. All right, stack 2, the little black cat. You have the champion, 2 of swords, 4 of spears reversed, 4 of wands reversed, 3 of coins reversed. So the champion card is about caring for yourself by caring for your environment. So while this card is leaning into that on a broad scope, it can be interpreted at whatever, radius of power you have in your own life. But it does show you feeling as though you have no choice in a matter. And that's the harsh truth. You actually do, you just might not like either one. So let's see if we can't figure out that third option. That's usually the answer when both choices are crappy. There's that third option, and we just got to find it for you. It's like you're faced with giving up or forcing yourself to be crammed into a situation that's not suitable for your unique gifts and talents. And what's coming in as a solution is kind of an 80-20 rule thing. I don't know if it has to be exact that ratio, but where you do a portion of your effort for others and you make sure to section off a portion of your effort for yourself. And if it feels like there's not enough time in the day to do both, do less of each. And I'm hearing it's not an either or, it's both. Like with no choice made, it's neither. It's neither right now. That's the heart truth. You know, neither. To not choose is a choice. One is not coming out ahead as the clear winner because somehow they're meant to be balanced out. Something needs to be switched or swapped or flip-flopped. Like something that you're taking really seriously needs to be lightened up on, and something that you may be just kind of phoning in really needs more care. It feels like kind of like that whole conundrum of returning to in-person work or working from home. Whichever one you feel is the most, for the most people's highest good, you might need to advocate and prove how it's better for the whole. If you're kind of taking on this more leadership role in that, advocacy role in that. I see a sense of team effort or cohesion falling apart because the glue has become brittle and eroded. It's like you've stopped playing together and now you can't work together. So there's a work-life balance shift where one way held promise of having that work-life balance, but it was like a false promise somehow, and you actually feel decision blocked because how could that be? It was supposed to be balanced. It was supposed to be better this way. Why isn't it? Like the idea of working for yourself, it's like you never have to go clock in and go work for someone, but at the same time, that kind of means you're never off the clock. So all in all, I'm seeing you trying to cram one thing into this compartment and another thing into this compartment, and they just need to be switched. And just like that, it's a knot that comes untied. So I hopefully you can make some sense of that in your situation, Stack 2. And if it helped you at all to find that third option, let me know in the comments or hit that like button, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you. All right, Stack 3, the fish. You have the mermaid. Oh, isn't she pretty? Okay, sorry, I'm being weird. You have the tower, the Knight of Wands, spears, if you wish, Jaime Lannister, and you have the Six of Coins reversed. All right, then. I can sum this up right now by saying the difference between a breakdown and a breakthrough will be how you move through it, whether it's in a rigid energy that will snap you like a twig, or in this mermaid energy where you can trust that this process is freeing you from something, and being fluid is going to be what helps you move through the transition pretty much unscathed. On the other side of this like chaotic circumstance is a whole new lease on life and an invigorating passion for what's next, what's out there beyond the walls that you've been behind for so long. It could be a brand new job, a brand new relationship, or a brand new philosophy even. What they're saying, though, is that you have to let go completely, because attempts to control the replacement value, like tit for tat, like trying to make sure this new is the same size, amount, or value, or looks anything like the old. Like the new job has to pay the same amount, or making absolutely sure you get a certain return on investment. That kind of mentality is gonna come with strings attached. And then instead of swimming away and being in the clear of what's coming down here, you'll be dragged back, just like in the movies when they step into a vine or a rope and they're standing while something's coming down and something hooks them and takes them down with it. You know what I'm talking about? So they're saying to let the freedom of the new be its own reward, because then you will be free to build something back more sustainably from scratch than by reusing old energy. It's like there's going to be something probably that is less than what you gave up, but it's going to have more of something else. And you just have to be able to broaden your perspective on that and accept that as a good, see how that's better for you and how it might be the change that you didn't know you needed. So something here also kind of more in the relationship sense I'm seeing. I don't know, maybe it could be job related too. But something was always meant to be temporary, meant to usher you from one life into the next, not to actually be your next thing, as promising as it was. And so they're saying that the actual destination is 10 times better than that kind of like white rabbit that originally caught your attention to shake you loose to begin with from the old thing. So hanging on to the temporary thing because of what you might have lost over it won't bring that back, and it won't make it worthwhile. It's gonna just dull and distract from the new thing. So your best way to pay yourself back for what you gave up is to plunge forward into the new, into the next, and into the unknown. So that's what I have for you, Stack 3. And if this is going to help you anyway, please let me know by hitting that like button, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you.